Well, hey, and welcome to another episode of Beatles coming at you today with another video. And I am going to be doing a video, kind of a follow-up to a couple of videos I've had out there. We'll follow up to the fake US albums box set and the fake In Mono box set. These are going to go to a new home, and I want to do one last video with them, kind of a follow-up on frequently asked questions and stuff I missed kind of thing. And before we get started with that, though, I do want to thank all my subscribers and thanks to any new subscribers. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please do. And do hit the notification bell so you know when I got new videos coming out. Also, please give the video a like. It really does help out the channel. And do leave a comment. I love having a discussion with everybody. But let's get on with this next episode of Beatles, I guess. Yeah, I was about to say what's on the rack because I'm planning to film one of those too. But yeah, it's just Beatles. Talking about the fake box sets. There we go. This episode talking about the fake box sets. There we go. Coming to you from fake box sets. Did that make any sense? I don't know. On with the show. So yeah, I kind of at first reluctantly did a video on these. This is my fake In Mono box and my fake US albums box, comparing them to the real US albums box and the fake one. Just real and real fake. Or how did I say that again? Real fake and just real. There we go. And yeah, I was not planning to do a video on this. I know I was discussing in comments one time with Beatles Tone that I'd had a fake mono and US albums box set. And I said they're kind of hiding in a deep, dark corner of my house, and they've been there pretty much ever since I figured out that they were fake ones, and I just kind of buried them in there and said, "No, forget it." He said, "Boy, if I had those, I'd do a video on them." And you know, honestly, that was what got me into YouTube. Not just being on YouTube, which led to that, but just watching YouTube, period. I had got these and I kind of kept saying, geez, something just doesn't seem right with this. And I turned to YouTube thinking, oh, you know, maybe, I think I first turned to Google, and Google kept giving me videos on people showing their fake US albums and in mono box sets. I was like, you know, okay, I got watching it, and then I got watching other subjects, and I've been stuck ever since, I guess. And then I got watching just on the US albums. I think one of my first Beatles videos I watched was actually me and Mr. Mayo talking about the US albums, going way back in your channel, if you're remembering, if you're watching this too, and how he didn't like the mixes they put on these ones, and put his Capitol albums in place of what's on here, which I agree. I think the Capitol albums were better for the mixes. Now the packaging and everything, this is it, unless you get this fake one. But these are beautiful, these mini LP style replicas, really well done, made in Japan on both the In Mono and the US albums one. Just nice quality. And that's why, you know, when you get this, it kind of is such a letdown when you're expecting this, you know, beautiful quality and everything. And, you know, I wasn't planning to do a video on it even once I got my channel going, even though it's what led me to watching YouTube, period. I don't know. I didn't think, I kind of thought the market was maybe flooded on it. And here, these have been probably two of my most popular videos. I mean, they've got thousands upon thousands of views. The In Mono one is almost going to be to tens of thousands of views. The rate it's going. They are some of my top watched videos every month. And I mean, I'm just shocked how well they've performed for me. There was a lot of questions with them, and I know there was things I left out too. And I'm going to just kind of do, as a send-off to them, a follow-up video on those two videos. I'll kind of combine it into one, because a lot of the questions were very similar to both. The number one question, I'm going to go start number one, and I'll just kind of go down, was, can I buy or have them? And yeah, I don't know. I really feel bad. I was shocked how much people wanted them. I didn't realize there was an actual market for it. To me, I don't feel right even selling it to somebody knowing it's a fake. Even though they know it's a fake, I'm presenting it as a fake. I don't feel right in that. However, Robert P. reached out to me almost immediately, and he presented to me right away that he's going to use these as a shell to make something better. He's going to update the recordings, put it into Dr. Ebbett's probably recordings and that, instead of the crappy discs that are in here, and update the sleeves on it and everything the best that he can. And I've got some of his stuff. One of my last videos you saw, I talked about the VCLT that he sent me, and how nice his stuff is, and it is gorgeous, and it's far better than this crap. Far better. I right away, even before I had his reproductions in hand, just hearing what he wanted to do with it, he's always been the one I've wanted to pass it on to, because he's going to make them into something better. I know a lot of other people would appreciate them because, yeah, these real boxes are super expensive. They really are. And you're running the risk, especially if you're buying it online, of not getting a real one. And I could see, that, okay, yeah, it's a fake, but hey, you've got a copy of it. I could see that maybe to a degree, but I really wanted the real one, especially once I saw how good the real ones were, the packaging on them, and that cool mini LP style. Even seeing it like this, like, oh, this is how it's presented. This is so different than your standard jewel case or even digi sleeve. And I kind of was like, that's really cool, but I'd like it to be the right quality cool. Yeah, once I saw Robert P. wanted to do that with that, I was like, yes, I want to help him out, to help other people in the vinyl community out. And I really don't even want any money for it. I'd love just kind of an exchange of some more of your products there, just to kind of complete those holes that you say that people got in their collection. Just kind of some stuff on CD that's never been released on CD officially. He's got some of that stuff, and I'd like some of that type of things to replace these with. So no, you can't have it, except if you're Robert P. You're going to get it, and I know somebody else that's going to benefit by the In Mono one here. So be on the lookout for that. Be watching for his channel. I'm not going to reveal who it is yet, but I know who it is. It's somebody we all watch, and I think everybody's going to be happy that he's going to get a copy of this in a much better form. This particular copy, as a matter of fact. And I'm holding the backwards there. Wow, there we go. All right. But anyways, the next main question, and I kind of touched on it in the videos, but I can't remember how deep into it I got, but the sound quality was the thing that everybody was asking about. And right before I filmed this, I just went and listened to a couple of the tracks off of each. And I know I've listened to them before as I was waiting to get the real ones. And I remembered the In Mono one was really bad. And sure enough, my CD player couldn't even play it on some of I put on the White Album, as there's going to be a question coming up on that one here. And I just wanted to confirm that. And I was just listening to a couple of the tracks just to see, is it actually a mono recording? And I think it is. I think it is the mono recordings, but my CD player wouldn't even play it. So this is almost unplayable on the In Mono. However, I also put on Rubber Soul from the US albums one, because I wanted to see, I know a lot of these on the US albums weren't the true Capitol mixes, but a couple of them that had the big embellishments were. In particular, I'm looking through you with the false starts on the stereo mix. I double checked to see if this had that on it, and it does. The mono was the correct without the false starts, and the stereo did have the false starts. So that was correct on this. And what I noticed on that, listening to that, this does really sound good. This one did really sound good. So and that's not going to be the case with every single one of these. So if you get another fake box set, you could have a US albums one that's got terrible sound quality. You could have an In Mono one that plays perfect and sounds great. So, I mean, it varies from each, just like how the packaging even varies from each. I've saw a lot that, I've got a fake one and it had this and not that. It's different people making these, and, so forth and so on. So it's all going to be different. It's not Apple or EMI or Universal Music making it. It's, whatever the bootlegger is making it. So quality is going to, and, even what is presented is going to be different from each one. There's at least what my boxes are, and soon to be Robert P's boxes, and soon to be somebody else's on the In Mono case, are going to, my answer for that. A couple of these questions I just kind of picked kind of fun ones, And one of them I got a big kick out of was, is alcohol involved? That's me laughing at myself and everything. Well, usually not. I think I've done one other video where I've poured a beer and had a beer, and that was one of my Christmas videos that nobody watched. But yeah, I think we'll make alcohol involved in this one. So I pulled out this old beer out of my fridge. I think it's still going to be good. This Summit Unchained, Summit Brewing out of St. Paul, Minnesota. Their old Unchained series, which was a one and done series. So this is an old one, and if any of you are fans of the Summit Unchained series, they're watching this, probably a little jealous. I still got one of these sitting in my fridge. Yeah, we're going to open it and drink it. Hopefully it's still good. Smells pretty good. And just a shout out to another local brewery in my area here, Bemidji Brewing out of Bemidji, Minnesota. Very cool, guys. Oh, I'm sorry, this is Junkyard Brewing. I got another glass up there. Junkyard Brewing out of Moorhead, Minnesota. Actually, one of my favorite breweries. I travel around going to different breweries. I haven't done breweries in a while, but I love craft breweries. I love local craft breweries. I always say, people ask me what's my favorite beer. I say whatever the best beer locally is. Whichever one I can get on tap locally, that's my best beer. Usually I'm more of an IPA guy, but this is a Belgium. I know these are pretty strong with ABV too, so this is probably going to knock me on my ass, but pretty good. Take a couple of sips of that. Put it aside while alcohol's involved in this video. Where did I buy them? That was another question that came up a lot. And both of mine I got off of eBay. It was two separate sellers. I got them about the same time. And that's why I got burned on two at the same time, because I hadn't learned my lesson. It was two separate sellers. I know the one I got refunded on through PayPal, because the guy never responded to me. And PayPal saw that and said, yep, we see that he never responded to you on questioning the product, and therefore you're saying that it's a fake product. We're believing your side of it because he isn't responding to you. We're going to refund you. The other one, I just kind of let it go. I know the US Albums one, I didn't pay a lot for this, and I was just like, yeah. I asked the guy beforehand, was it real? And he said, yeah, it's sealed in the box from the manufacturer, and da-da-da. And I just didn't want to go through the hassle of it. He actually was talking to me. I honestly don't think he knew, or he did and he was just lying to me. I don't know. But I didn't want to go through the hassle. I know I didn't pay a lot for this, so I wasn't that out of it. I guess I didn't really care at that point. At least the In Mon one I got refunded on. So, oh yes, I've made a little note here. A lot of people have confirmed with me. I said in that original video that Amazon is generally a safe market for these because they do back their product. Therefore, sellers aren't going to be trying to sell fake stuff on there because they're afraid of that refund aspect. I've got several confirmations that they've got fake ones off of Amazon. So Amazon does have fake ones out there. So watch out on that. My biggest thing is if the price is too good, it probably is fake. I think this one I think was like $40. This one was maybe 35 or $40. Yeah, that's too good of a price. I learned my lesson on that through that. These minimum $150 minimum, especially in today's market. The In Mono, I'd say minimum 200, and even at that, I'd be really, really scared what you're going to buy, because you could be out all that money instead of just $40-50. You could be out $200. That's a big loss right there. But yeah, so watch out. There are fakes on Amazon. The other question that was asked a couple of times was, were these shrink wrapped? And yes, they both were. And I don't think that it was very good shrink wrap. It's not like what the actual manufacturer uses. I mean, that should have been a telltale right there, that even the shrink wrap felt different, pulling that off and just feeling it while it was still in the shrink. The other thing was the weight difference. I had mentioned about that they really felt, oh my gosh, yeah. That is a huge difference. And somebody asked if I had a food scale to go. I couldn't find one in the house, and this one is massively different, but this one's missing the book. But yeah, this is it. I mean, just holding it in hand, I mean, it is a whole difference. And so yeah, there is a big weight difference on the two there. Next was somebody asked to show the pressing details. So the matrix codes, I think, in the runout, well, not the runout groove, but the middle of the spindle hole there, they were both kind of different on both of these. So the US one here, I'll pull this out. Yeah, there is an etching there. You can see the middle. Oh, and I'm burping now from the beer. The middle has got just clear. That shouldn't be like that. And there's a little etching there. FGD06. I don't know how well it's going to come up on camera, so I'll just read you what the matrix code is here. And this is the Meet the Beatles one here, and it is DIDX-1041942. And then there's a 1 going a little later down the road there. I don't know how correct that is. I'm surprised that there even is a matrix code. But let's take a look at the real one. Oh, such a difference pulling this open. Let's take another sip here. Yeah, let's get the real one out. Such a difference in quality. Massive difference. I mean, I really got to work to get this out. It's in there so well. Look at the difference on that label there. So it is a little clear here, but not as much as the fake one is. Yeah, you can actually read the label. And this one says, oh, I think it's the same matrix code. DIDX-1041942. And then the 1 going a little later. So it is the exact same matrix code on these. So that's kind of surprising. Wow. I guess those could be real pressings and they pulled them out possibly maybe before. I don't know. Who knows? But let's see on the In Mono one if that kind of follows suit. Okay, and the In Mono, we'll just go with Please Please Me. This is the first disc on each. Look at how bad that label is. I don't even know if you can see that on the camera. That is so bad. Just illegible. Matrix code on this one. Holy cow. It doesn't look like a real one like that other one did. It's 699-45222. And I don't see anything else besides that. And I guarantee you this one is not going to match. Okay, the real Please Please Me. Now look at the difference on that label. Nice and clear. You can see it. Now that one didn't even have barcodes like they usually got. Well, it's the same, but not. So it's missing the barcode on the other one. This one's got the barcode, and it's 699-4522, and then a space in the 2. The other one, the 2 was right with the other 2s. And then there is another here that I did not see on the other one, and it's IFPIL153, and that was not on the other one at all. There we go. I guess it's the same matrix code, but not totally correct because they didn't have the space in there between that last 2, and it was missing all the other stuff. So, I mean, I guess if they're going to fake it, they're faking it to a degree, right? Huh? They totally missed those flip back flaps, though. All right, let's take another swig of that. Oh, do the fake ones rattle? I should have almost kept that with the weight difference. And yeah, you can hear them kind of moving around in the In Mono there. A little bit on this, but you don't hear the plastic kind of moving. Just kind of hear the thunk 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 of the. As a matter of fact, here I'll do this by the. There's the real one, and here's the fake one. I think the microphone should pick that up. Now here's the fake US albums, and boy does that rattle. And remember, in the In Mono, the fake one is missing the booklet. The US albums, the fake one is missing the foam that got put into the real one with the US albums one here. And this one, you don't even hear the thumping like you do in the In Mono because it's got the foam in there like it should have. So it's holding them in place good there. Let's see, what do we got next? At Maybe Harvey asked this question. I thought this was a fun one. Not related to the box sets at all, but somebody noticed in the background. He asked if this is RX-24 from the Disney Star Tours ride, and it sort of is, and it sort of isn't. This is actually DJ Rex, DJ RX, and I'm like strangling him by his neck there, from still Disney Parks tour stuff there, but now it's the Galaxy's Edge. He's the DJ at the Cantina there, and I think the story with him goes is he was the transport driver on that, and he got converted into being a DJ. So I have him back there helping me spin my records. And this is a Star Wars Black Series figure, the 6-inch figures, and it was exclusive through Target, I remember. So that one I kind of got a kick out of and thought it was kind of fun. This next one was from @PaulG2733. He had a sharp eye. And I'll pull out the fake white album here. And he caught that track 2 on disc 2 here is Your Bless, not Your Blues. So that was kind of a funny one. So yes, if you find spelling errors like that, it more likely is fake. I didn't even notice that. I'm wondering if there's other ones. No, that looks to be it on this one. Not saying the others don't have errors too. Also on the white album, I thought I kind of kept that together. Everybody was telling me that disc 1 and disc 2 are flipped. So disc 1 is actually disc 2, even though the label shows disc 1, and disc 2 is actually disc 1, even though the label shows disc 2. So that one that I just showed you, track 2 is not Your Bless. It is would be Dear Prudence. Yeah, I confirmed it with my set, and yes, it is correct with that. The disc 1 is actually disc 2, and disc 2 is actually disc 1. Oh boy, I'm dyslexic, and that's really messing with my brain here, trying to think of this right now. Also in the In Mono set, everybody said that a lot of these, the Beatles for Sale is marked as stereo. Well, I think that would be up in the corner there, and it is not on this one. So like I said, not every single one of these is going to be the same. And God, the printing on this is so bad. It looks like Paul has got some bad like emo makeup on his eyes there. Like poorly done. Oh God, I was looking at that on the back. And so does George and Ringo. John doesn't have it as bad. Even the front Ringo looks that way. Oh God. Next, also on the In Mono, a lot of people point out that it does not say about the 24-page booklet at the bottom here. There should be that banner there on Magical Mystery Tour, and there is not on mine either. And that's a common thing too you'll find with these fake ones. Next kind of comment I got, it was only one person that really pointed this out, but I thought it was an interesting point. One thing I was showing is the Apple label looks so dark and so poor you can't read off of it. And you saw how bad that Parlophone label was on these, and the Capital label too, with the Rainbow Capital label. And he was saying now the official stuff even is that way. Well, yes and no. And I think he's referring to the Now and Then. And I think the Beatles 62 and 66 and 67 to 70 had it too. But this new darker Apple label, and I'll show you there. So that's Now and Then. So this is a real deal. This is not a fake. And yeah, it is hard to read, but if you got it in the right light, it's legible. You've really got to have it in the right light. You've really got to have good eyes, but it is legible. Especially this printing here, very clear around the edge here in the brighter green. But yeah, on the Apple, it is hard to see. I think he was trying to say that might be hard to tell now that they're using this darker Apple. Well, no, it's not. It really isn't. I'm actually going to keep this out, and let's get out the white album again. Keep picking on the white album here. Now look at the difference on this. I mean, this is vibrant. Yes, it is darker, but it's vibrant. This is just like faded and dark, and I mean, it's almost like an olive green on that instead of this brighter green on the outside there. And you can't even read where it starts getting really dark here. Sorry, I used my middle finger. But down in this area and up here, you can't even read that. Where on this, you can read it if you got good light. Yeah, I don't even think there's a comparison there on that. And I don't think that that's any indication of confusing people with the newer products or something. I've never heard of like the new remixed super deluxe sets. I've never heard of those getting faked. I'd imagine if there are of these, maybe those will have it, like the Sgt. Pepper's White Album. You know, and that'll be interesting to see if those do exist, and especially with the Apple label getting darkened out now on these newer releases, maybe. I don't know though. Okay, and the next one also was with the In Mono set. So how there's one of the commenters said there's such a jagged line around the Apple label there on the front here, and it's not really jagged, it's cut off. I guess it is a little jagged, because yeah, it does come down a little there on the one side. But that was kind of interesting. So yeah, if the Apple label looks off, it probably is because it is, and because it's fake. Last little thing I had here, and I thought this was really cool. It was I believe I got this written down right, at Joey Kane 9738 had mentioned to me that he was looking at Amoeba gigs, and I think he'd watched my video already, and he was looking at Amoeba gigs, I'm thinking of Amoeba, the Amoeba gig, Paul McCartney album. Amoeba Records in San Francisco. There we go. Let's get that right. And he was looking at a set they had there. It was sealed. And he asked them if he could take a look at the inside of it. And they were cool enough to let him open it up and take a look. I believe this was on the In Mono. I'll show my real one this time. So his In Mono. And they let him open it there in the store and take a look just to confirm that it was real. And sure enough, he had a real one there. I don't think Amoeba Records is going to be selling bad ones, though. I've heard really good things about them, aside from them hosting one of my favorite live albums there by Paul. I just thought I would share those and kind of talk about my farewell send-off to these guys. I'm heading off to Robert P. to make better and turn into something that people will appreciate. And sorry about that. This has been like that ever since, so I don't know if you've noticed that, Robert P. and the person that'll be getting it. This is how it came to me with that dent there. Unfortunately, there is a little damage to that box, but on the In Mono one there. Yeah, I just wanted to do kind of a little send-off video. I noticed I wasn't as jolly and laughing in this one. I'm sorry, I guess the cheer hasn't hit me yet, or maybe it's hitting me too good. I don't know. But cheers to all, and I'll get signing off on this. I don't want to make it too long here. Before I do get fully signing off, though, I do want to thank all my subscribers, and thanks to any new subscribers. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please do, and do hit the notification bell so you know when I got new videos coming out. Also, please give the video a like. It really does help out the channel. And as I always say, if you've stuck around to this point, you must like it, so give it a like. And do leave a comment. I love having a discussion with everybody. I am going to totally get signing out. I am Beatle Dustino, signing out.